Yes, we're gonna cooperate this time. That's much better. And we'll see if they actually show up this time. We shall see. Okay. I'm gonna record a little audio for you guys, and then it should be out later this week. What am I looking for? Discord. I want. Okay, that's good. And I guess I also need to open Audacity. Hello. Am I live? Is this thing on? Knock, knock, knock. Yes, we're working. Neat. Won't be a very interesting visual, but you certainly can. What am I saying? You certainly can listen, as that's kind of the whole point. Just posting on Twitter. Live. Neat. Okay, I will try and keep chat open so I can actually faire attention for that. Pardon. What is in the way here? I am so sorry if you're wearing headphones. Oh, there's a wire. That's why. Hold on. Let me make this less unpleasant for you. There we go. That's much better. Okay. So, this was another submission that someone sent in an idea for. I don't think I got a name, but if I did, I will definitely add that to the final description of the video, and I'll do a little thank you at the beginning. I'll just read the idea for you real quick. I'm doing very sensual radio voice right now, but that's not Shinobu's voice. So the submission was, what I had in mind is that the listener is close to Shinobu or a student of hers. They find Shinobu who is upset by herself, who is upset due to a mission not going smoothly. More likely, how several demon slayers are gravely injured or killed under her watch. She is angry at herself and maybe brings up Kanai. As for the listener, they simply hold her close and let her vent about the mission or life in general. Shinobu, by the end of the video, will thank them for being there for her, and she may give the listener a kiss on the head. Yeah, so I wrote a little scripty script, as one does. I got a little bit, a friend gave me some feedback, and so that I'm definitely going to use that, because that will be helpful. Let me just bring that up. I want this, and then I want that. Yes. No, I don't want New Year's. I keep all of my scripts in the same document, and it can be a little messy sometimes, but I'm usually the only one that gets to see it, so there we go. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We're just gonna work through it and take the lines as they go. And you get to hear a bit of my process. I did a bit more soundproofing with a cardboard box a friend suggested. I put my foam in the cardboard box, and I think it has made a bit of a difference, at least from what I can tell. Hopefully. If not, I will just have to use a denoising thing, regardless. And if anyone in my house wants to make noise right now, then I will just have to deal with it. There we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna hit record and go for it, and I will cut it down later. Now I gotta get the voice. That's always... I'm sitting in a very deep register at the moment, but I gotta get into Shinobu time. I'm Shinobu. Sometimes I have to listen to my own audios to see how I did the voice. Give me a moment. I'll just go back and listen to my own audios to make sure I'm doing the voice the same way.
Why aren't I there? It's been quite busy lately. I chose to stay in with the girls and have a peaceful New Year's Eve.
All right. I think I can do that then. Oh, let me keep my phone open so I can check on chat. And I'm just going to keep talking in this voice so I don't lose it. I don't need to hear myself talking and turn the volume off. There we go. All right. Okay. My first direction to myself is Shinobu throwing a fit. So, I think I'm just going to start with the lines, and then I will figure all that out later, because that's just how I do this. Sorry, I didn't see you there. What? Yeah, I'm totally fine. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I don't know if I really want to talk about it. I think I messed up. I think I messed up. I wasn't strong enough. They ganged up on us. Thank you. No, wait, hold on. Back it up. Back it up. They ganged up on us. They ganged up on us. Can I hold your hand? It would help ground me. Thank you. Are the other Slayers all right? I did everything I could to prevent their injuries and infections from getting worse. They should be okay eventually, but it will likely take quite a while to recover. Take that again. They should be okay eventually, but it will likely take time for them to fully recover. I'm sure the girls will enjoy having some extra company around. And I'm glad the injured Slayers won't have to go through this alone. Their resilience is admirable. Admirable, not admirable. Their resilience is admirable, but I still feel as though I could have done more. I'm trying to keep my composure, but I feel awful. Maybe add a transition acknowledging the listener between the lines. No, that's a good idea. Sorry, I'm just listening. I'm reading my friend's notes to kind of be a little bit more in tune with the listener and not just talk at them like I feel like I have a habit of doing. So let me take that again. Where am I? I'm trying to keep my composure, but I feel awful. You want to know exactly what happened? Well, I had everything planned down to the minute, but things didn't go as I expected. The ones that were with me weren't strong enough, and I could barely keep the demons at bay. They ganged up on the weaker slayers. Incapacitating them one by one. These ones were tough. My poison wasn't enough to take them out instantly. No, it just makes me think of how this would never have happened with Kanai. Yes, please, hold me closer. I know I'm not my sister, but how can I ever dream of avenging her? I know I may not have to do it alone, but what kind of demon slayer am I if I have to constantly rely on others to have my back? I couldn't even have her back. I know. I shouldn't be so hard on myself. Being down 2 Hashira is putting a lot of pressure on the rest of us. The Master has a lot of faith in us, but I feel particularly important with my healing skills. I've always preferred teaming up with someone physically more stronger than I am, so they can focus on taking down the demons, and I can prioritize helping people. I'm fast and precise in battle, but I do sometimes feel inferior in situations like this. That's very sweet of you to say. I know creating the wisteria poison has made such a difference in the long term. I often forget the impact it has. I often forget the impact it has had. I can't believe I'm letting you see me like this. I don't want anyone to see me as weak. Ever since I lost Kanai, I've tried to take on her unstoppable optimism, but it never takes much for you to see through that facade. I feel like I need a little transition there. You see through that facade. See, my process isn't very complicated. I look over the script I wrote, and then sometimes I just sit here and think for minutes at a time, and just try and improvise extra lines on the spot to extend the audio. But of course, when I'm actually editing it, I will break it up a little bit more, and I add a lot longer pauses, and I'll probably have some nature sounds and things like that for this one, just so you have the idea that she is, oh, hello stomach, that she is outside and it seems to be a nice day out, and just kind of set the mood. You know how it is. You know how it is. I don't need you to tell me to be easy on myself. No. I don't need you. No, I don't like that. That's a little harsh. I hear what you're saying, but I believe I need to keep working towards my goal and not let mistakes set me back. I need to be stronger. I need to be stronger. I feel foolish, but how can I pretend everything is all right when people got hurt on my watch? One more time. I feel foolish, but how can I pretend everything is all right when people got hurt on my watch? I'm your fool. Goodness. I guess it helps having someone close to me that I can feel foolish around. You always seem to know the right things to say to bring me back to reality. It wouldn't be good timing right now, but once the injured are back on their feet, would you help me review some of the moves they need to focus on? I don't have enough time to take on anyone else as a Sugoku. I'm gonna take that again. That felt weird. I don't have any time to take anyone else on as a Sugoku. No, Suguko. Suguko. Goo. I don't have the time to take anyone else on as a Suguko. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't care about their training. And having you by my side as support. And having you by my side as support. I know we can whip them into shape. I'm back to myself. I'm back to myself. No, I feel like I'm losing it. I'm Shinobu Kocho. I'm back to myself. What's that supposed to mean? I'm back to myself. What do you mean by that? So what if I'm serious? Being a demon slayer is not about fun and games. People's lives are always at stake, and I take that very seriously. Being a demon slayer is not about fun and games. People's lives are always at stake, and I take that very seriously. Oh, did you hear that neck crack? That came out of nowhere. Don't give me that look. Don't give me... Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. I'm really glad you just happened to come by. It's like you have a sixth sense for when people need your support. I'm really glad you happened to come by. It's like you have a sixth sense for when other people need you. Just me. Certainly you do this for others. Well, I'm grateful. Well, I'm grateful. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Where was I? awful. I should go check in on the infirmary. I should go check on the infirmary. But why can't I say this sentence? I should probably go check in on the infirmary. But, kissy. No. No peeking, nice. Thank you. It's just a forehead. Freaking, this chair will be it is the bane of my existence because it makes so many noises while I just brush it. It's just a forehead kiss. Don't make a big deal out of it. Okay. I'm going. I'll see you later, though. Yeah? Good. Run. Okay, cool. Yay! That is, that script. Let me save that. What should we call this? Shinobu. Shinobu is sad. That's how I name my files. Shinobu is sad. I was also thinking, because I posted a short of the first minute of my very spicy Makima audio that I pasted on Patreon, and I want to do more shorts because that can help me become a YouTube partner sooner. But I don't always want to be clipping from audios. I kind of like having full audios that are scripted or like previews for the Patreon. The shorts I kind of want to keep separate. Like the only 2 shorts I've posted so far was a preview for the Makima audio because it gets so spicy so quickly. And then the other one was a fun, goofy blooper thing that I decided to put together when I was recording my second Your audio. But I think I would like to just do cute little, like, check-in, like, shorts, like literally a minute of, like, Mitsuri being like, "Oh, hi. Are you all right? I hope you're having a nice day." Something like that, you know? So totally open to suggestions on, like, a few sentences that I could throw in a short. I will probably end up doing Mitsuri first. I don't know. Why don't we I'll start a new thing here. And I'll try and throw some voices together to see if I can play around and throw some shorts together. Oh, I have a thing. Thank you so much, MP. I hope you have a lovely night or day, depending on where you are. It is evening time where I am. I'm very sleepy. I was out till almost 12:30 last night, and I had to leave the house by 8 this morning, so I am very sleepy. I will probably get in a bath after this because I am freezing, and then I will drift off to sleep because I still gotta go to work in the morning, and then I'm going out after work, and then I'm going out on Saturday again, so I'm gonna try and take it easy when I can. Okay, let me bring up a little separate document just to get my thoughts on paper. For those of you who are possibly going to be watching this stream later, this is what I sound like if you haven't heard, or if you haven't tuned in for a stream before. This is my natural voice. I'm leaning into the deep voice a little bit, because I just happen to do that when I'm talking to nobody on mic and I'm listening to myself, and I just want to see how seductive I can sound. And I have really put a focus on extending my range into a deeper a deeper range, because I want to be more versatile in what characters I'm able to do. I would love to do more male characters. I know that my audience is leaning very male heavy, and so you want the fun anime ladies, which I'm all for. And I have a lot of fun doing them, obviously. But once in a while, I think I would still like to do a male audio. Who we got here? Hi, Bendy Gamer. Welcome. I'm doing a little bit of recording. I just finished doing a very rough first round of Shinobu, where I record all of the lines, and then I will go back and chop that up and retake anything if I feel I need to, and then I will add in the sound effects, and then I will add in the soundscape kind of deal. Yeah, but right now I am just trying to, oh yeah, I was gonna make a new document, brainstorm, or sort of just jot down a few lines that I could throw together in a recording to make some more shorts, because those are fun, and my last one did really well, so that was exciting. Okay, so obviously Mitsuri is the go-to girly. So I was thinking, let's see, let me turn this a little bit so I can actually, face my computer and you can still hear me pretty decently. Hi there. I used to be a lot more uncomfortable doing voices, especially just sitting alone and just like messing around. I don't have the most confidence in improving, so like in the past when people have asked me to like do an accent or do a voice on the spot, I'm like, do you have a script? Because I just don't know how to improvise on the spot for that kind of thing. I need to really sit down and like think about the character and prepare myself before I just like start speaking. I am very methodical about my approach to this. I am an improviser. I am not. I, despite being on the improv team in high school, I sucked. So what are you gonna do about that? Nothing. I'm working on it. This is making me a lot more comfortable. My friends and I host script readings over like Discord or Zoom sometimes, and we just pick characters and read through a script, and so that has been a lot of fun. Feeling more comfortable using voices around people and just like playing and ad-libbing and feeling more comfortable like adopting a temporary voice. You know what I mean. So like we've done the first 3 episodes of Star Wars where I play Obi-Wan Kenobi. And of course, I'm not going to be the most convincing because I don't really sound like Ewan McGregor. But for me, voice acting is like at least 50% the nuance of everything, especially when I look at a character, speaking for ones that I've done, like Makima or Yor or Himeno. They all sit at a very similar spot in my voice or in someone in a register, because their voices aren't too high, but they kind of just have different ways that they talk. Like the way I approach Yor, because it's usually like Yor and the listener is usually a Lloyd-like figure in my mind. She's usually pretty nervous and not very confident in herself, and she stutters a lot, and she makes me feel comfortable because I stutter a lot when I try to come up with stuff on the spot, and look at me go. I'm doing it, aren't I? But then you have a character like Makima that is very, very thoughtful about what she says, and she knows what she wants, and she is absolutely in control. So for Makima, is that what I'm want to see? It takes me another. Your is very easy for me to slip into because I kind of just start breathing a little heavier, and I. It just sits in the back of my throat, and I know exactly where she sits. Whereas Makima, she's a little softer. She speaks very. She speaks with a lot of intention, and I'm losing my train of thought, or the edible is kicking in, and I'm about to be interrupted. Hi.
Hi.
I'm streaming.
Is someone listening?
One person apparently, but it'll be posted later, so they'll be able to hear later. Do you want me to mute for a second?
Yes.
Be right back. Apologies. I am back. All is well. So where was I? I was talking about Makima. I was talking about the nuances between the different voices that I do, because they do kind of sit in similar registers or similar ranges. I am not good with the technical terms of it all. I am very self-taught. When it comes to all of this, I took singing lessons growing up, but I don't know how to read music. I have been told I have perfect pitch, so I just sort of I've spent my entire life, like, when I sing along to a song, I am unintentionally copying the voice and like trying to hit every nuance of the way they say the words and the way if they have an accent, I will sing in the accent. Like, it just, I pay very close attention to things like that. Or if I'm watching a show and I find a character's voice particularly interesting, sometimes I will repeat the lines that they've just said just to try and see how close I can get to sounding like them, or just like saying it in the same like intonance. Is that the word? Yeah, like the same kind of the way they hit the syllables. I just think it's really interesting. Voice acting is so cool, and I'm really glad that it basically, I don't know if I've ever said, I don't know how much I've talked about this on stream because I haven't streamed all that much. I started this channel, I started planning for this channel back in September, and I had really been looking for a new creative outlet because hobbies are expensive. I cosplay, I do art and stuff, so like it's not cheap to create a lot of things. I've been very grateful that I now have an iPad, so of course I do all of my channel art, and that has been a really nice creative outlet as well, which technically cost me money, but it was just like my partner had the iPad and didn't need it anymore, and then I just bought Procreate. So that was easy enough. And now I have that forever, hypothetically. But with this, I have had this Blue Yeti microphone for 7 years, 7 years. And Audacity is free. So I do what I can with the tools that I have. Of course, as the channel grows and as things keep progressing and Patreon takes off a bit more, or I become a YouTube partner, obviously, there will become more opportunities for me to financially gain from this, but that's not the goal. The goal is to have a creative outlet that I'm doing purely because I love it and I want to feel creatively fulfilled. And so the moment this stops being fun, then I am putting no pressure on myself to continue. But I have no intentions of slowing down. Life is busy, so I won't always be able to be perfect. That's why I'm also not setting myself a schedule for streaming or for posting or anything, because I just don't want to set any expectations I can't meet. So I am reasonable with myself. But ideally, the kind of trend I have been following since I started posting in October is I post one audio roughly once a week. And then every fourth audio is an NSFW one. So it's a little bit of a shorter preview on YouTube, and then you can pay to be a patron and access the full audios over there. I am slightly switching up that format since I did a NSFW, say YouTube. I did a Patreon audio, YouTube audio, Patreon audio, like fairly close together. So I don't know. I will have to kind of figure that out. I would ideally like to get a bit more of a backlog. I'm just a very busy human. I may be a little anime weeb that spends a lot of time in my room at my computer, but I am also a very extroverted social person. So I like going out and doing things, and I also live in a house with other people, so I can't always record, but I can always be writing, hypothetically, which is another thing that I don't feel as comfortable in my writing, so I want to continue to work on that. And I have a handful of friends that will look over my scripts and just kind of give me advice or suggestions on what could use a little more or a little less. Or the thing that I am finding the biggest struggle with right now is making the scripts long enough. At least the audios that I'm struggling with for length are the ones that are kind of a little bit more somber and slow and kind of reverse comfort audios, I allow myself a lot of negative space in between the lines just to make it seem a little bit more natural, but also just so it doesn't feel super abrupt as I'm hitting like line after line after line. I want it to just I'm thinking of the Mikasa audio specifically because I was very fortunate. A friend of mine who edits audio stuff and does a lot of music things just for fun. It's not his job. He doesn't want to be paid for it at this time. He offered, if I ever wanted, that he would edit an audio for me, or multiple. I haven't done that yet, but he did edit my Mikasa audio, and that was a huge time saver because that was one less thing I had to do, and then I could go ahead and start recording the next one. So I had things done very close together. So obviously having an editor would be very, it would save me a lot of time. Having a scriptwriter would save me a lot of time. But right now I am, I'm a triple threat at the moment. Well, more than that, I guess, because I do all the art and I manage all the socials and, but it's just for me, you know, like I'm not doing this for anybody but myself. And, like it's getting to a point where I am like, I don't want to disappoint and I want to produce a good product. Why did I say that? Produce a fun audio that's like a good quality that I would listen to. That's kind of also, I'm sorry, I'm high. The edible's hitting and I'm just kind of rambling. I wanted to talk about my voices and we're just going on a tangent now, but that's fine. I'm an only child. I'm used to talking to myself. Yeah, writing is a struggle. And that's probably why I started on this tangent and I stopped writing. It was because we were going to write a little Mitsuri audio and I started talking about the nuances and voices and stuff. I did want to get back to that real quick. So I was talking about the difference between like Yor and Makima. And now I'm really talking in my own voice very intensely. So Makima, she is very sure of herself. She knows exactly what she's going to say. But she still takes her time with her sentences because she wants you to pay attention. She wants you to linger on her every word and anticipate what she might say next. That's not quite the voice I usually do. I think it's a little bit different, but it's definitely in that range. I kind of just pulled it out of my head. I haven't prepped like I usually do. Usually if I've done the character before, I will go back and listen to my own voice playing that character so I know the way I performed it and I don't just happen to come up with a completely different version with a different tone or slightly different nuance or whatever. But in the case, or sometimes I still go back and watch the dub of whatever anime of an episode that this character is in, just so I know how it was originally portrayed and that I am doing the character justice. And like if you heard that voice, you could probably, if you knew the character anyway, if you heard that voice, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's that character. And of course, even though I do all the voices on the channel, that's why I really try to add that nuance and really differentiate the characters in the way I deliver the lines. And then there's also Himeno, which Himeno and Makima are like side by side, but because Makima is very calculated and she is very slow and thoughtful in the way she speaks, and Himeno just that's not the voice I did. What did she do? Well, sometimes she's drunk, so she kind of speaks like this, but sometimes she knows what she's talking about, and she's a little flirty, and she just wants to have your attention, and she knows exactly what she's doing. So her and Makima sit very close in my brain. It's just Makima's a little bit more reserved and a little softer, and then Himeno is a little bit more at the front of my voice, I think. Again, I'm just rambling. Let's try and write a little something, shall we? Let's write a short. So we're going to go with Mitsuri. And I just wanted it to be just like a little, hey, how are you doing kind of thing. Something. Oh. Hi. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I don't know if it would be weird to be like, I don't have much time to talk, because that kind of breaks the fourth wall a little. I want it to be really natural. Like, the vibe I'm thinking of is like a, this is Matsuri Kenroji. You've reached this phone number. Please leave a, like, very, like, a celebrity doing a voicemail message kind of deal. But I don't want to do that. No, I want to do something different. No. Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you. Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right? Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing all right? I kind of want it to be a comfort thing, like just a quick little, are you doing all right? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know why I keep reading it in the voice. I'm just trying to, like, say it in the voice, hoping that more lines will follow, but that doesn't happen. I'm not gonna stream for too much longer because it's EP time for me soon, but I want to just show kind of what I'm writing. No, I don't want that. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't want game capture. Oh, I guess that's what I want. Never mind. Just let me talk. Just let me speak out loud. What's the problem here? Settings for game. No, I want to capture a specific window. Capture any full screen set. I don't think that's what I want. No. Oh, I hate this. No, close. I don't. That's not what I want. I'm too high to figure this out right now. I'm not gonna do that. You'll just have to take my word that I'm typing these words. And who's this? No, get out of here. I have all my friends' PNGs are also on here, and so they sit on the screen in different spots, and I accidentally pick some of them up. Whips. Okay. Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing all right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around soon. I don't. Another thing I really try to be mindful of when I'm writing is there's a balance between making it sound like a real conversation and also making sure that the listener understands the context and like what's going on. But it just a thing that I am very conscious of in my writing, and it's like a thing in like writing literally like emails and stuff like that. I don't want to start the sentence, every sentence with the same word. So I say, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around. I don't like seeing this way. And then I want to say like, I'm this again, but I don't want to do that. I need to find a way to not do that. I hope things turn around soon. I don't like seeing you this way. Yeah, I want to say like, I'm here if you need to talk, but I just said, I'm sorry to hear that. If you need some company. If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. Or do. I also, I'm just commentating on my work. That's another thing, is I lost the thought. Happy if you need it. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It needs to, the words need to sound like the character would say them. So if I start talking very, like, intelligently, like, more so than she normally would, for Mitsuri specifically, because she's not a ditz, but she has that, like, aura about her that she's just, like, an endless optimist and just super happy and bubbly all the time. And so it would be weird if she said something like very serious, because that's just not who she is. If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. But then what? Because I was thinking about, like, or I could give you some advice, but she's not that girly. She's not the kind of person you go to for advice. Ooh! Oh, got it. If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. Or, we could just sit and have a snack together. And you don't have to say anything. Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around soon. I don't like to see you this way. If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. Or we could just sit and have a snack together. You don't have to say anything. And then how should we, like, round it off? You don't have to say anything. You're very important to me. And I want to help you feel better. You don't have to say anything. You're very important to me, and I want to help you feel better. And I think I should just, like, end it with, like, a, so just let me know, okay? Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. I like that. Where'd Audacity go? Audacity. Because I think I'll just record that, because then I'll just have another thing done that I can post sooner. And it'll feel like less pressure on myself to put out more stuff. Okay. Oh, it's you. Whoa. That, maybe we'll keep that take. That was a lot. Oh, it's you. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around soon. I don't like to see you this way. If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. Or we could just sit and have a snack together. You don't have to say anything. You're very important to me, and I want to help you feel better. So, just let me know, okay? See, doing that, I feel like the voice wasn't quite right, but I don't know. So let's listen. Let's listen. Yeah, Yeah, and it, like, my recording is just shy of 1 minute, so I'll cut that down a little bit, leave some spaces, and then we'll have a little shorty short. Okay, let's hear.
Oh, it's you.
See, that's good.
Whoa. That maybe we'll keep that take. That was a lot.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
That's good.
Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things turn around soon. I don't like to see you this way.
Thud.
If you need anything, I'd be happy to sit and listen. Or we could just sit and have a snack together. You don't have to say anything. You're very important to me, and I want to help you feel better. So, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, dope. Sick. I love that. That's so cool. I'm going to be wrapping up shortly. But one other thing I was just kind of thinking of, I would love if there were more English dubs of animes that I would be interested in watching that there were characters with accents, because I love doing accents, and most dub anime characters just have your typical Canadian, North American accent, and there isn't a lot of difference to it unless, like, it's a very specific character. So that's why I really want to do more Zelda audios. I just need to come up with some fun ideas, because I can't think of anything, and I want to be respectful because it's Zelda. And, like, I'd love to do a Not Safe for Work Zelda audio, but I want to do it justice, because Zelda talks so specifically that I can't just say profanities. There would be it wouldn't make sense for her. This is how, like I said, this is like how I approach the characters. It's like, I'm not gonna write. I don't feel confident in my ability to write for the way she speaks at the moment, unless I had a really good idea, which I haven't quite. Like, there are ideas, but it's hard because she's obviously in the game, but she's not, like, in the game. You're not playing as her, so she's not, like, following the story, and she doesn't have, like, different encounters that you can kind of play off of. She's very open-ended, and I could technically take it to any game, but I would do the Princess Zelda voice. This was the voice that I showed my partner, and my partner, and he didn't believe it was me. And I really love doing the Princess Zelda voice because it's so sweet and soft, and I feel like I have the accent down pretty well. And it's not like most of the people that would be watching this would care anyway. So I would love to do more Zelda audios. I just want to make sure that I do it well for Princess Zelda. Or there was another character. Oh, like, I'd love to do an audio for Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. Not as an old lady, but as herself at her current age. And she has a very similar voice to that. And it's just so fun. I just love doing that voice so much. So I will eventually get around to it. Or if people submit a fabulous, fabulous idea, then that would also be great. Lovely, wonderful. I posted about it the other day, but for those of you who maybe are still listening at this point, I wanted to just touch on my submission form thing, because I haven't audibly talked about it. I have just posted about it. So I just wanted to talk about it real quick. So the link is posted. Hello, Garage. The link is posted on my community page on YouTube. It's posted on my Twitter. It's posted on my Patreon. I think it's on Twitter. It might not be on Twitter. Anyway, most of you don't follow me on Twitter anyway. So it's a Google form.
and it's character/audio suggestions. So, do you have an idea for an audio you want to hear from me? Fill out the following form and I might use your concept. Please note the following. This is not a commission form. All concepts are subject to being made public on my YouTube channel. The more details you give me, the easier it will be for me to realize the concept. I will only create audios for characters that are 18 plus. I do not age up characters. Not safe for work audio will have previews on YouTube and Pornhub, but the full audios will be exclusive to paid members on Patreon. I am only one person. I am a one-person operation with a somewhat limited skill set. Audios that involve less sound effects, Foley, I am more likely to pick them. I do not personalize audios for individuals. I am not currently making audios for audios that take place in alternative universes, so please be mindful that my concepts take place in the setting of the show, movie, video game, etc. I am not a big manga reader. The high brain said manga, the real brain, the proper brain corrected myself. I'm not a big manga reader, so all of my knowledge will be anime-based for the most part. I will not do live-action characters. Marvel, DC, Star Wars will be interpreted as animated versions of the characters. I will only create audios with kinks that I am personally interested in. And then I just list a pretty decent list of things of media I am a consumer of. Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Spy Family, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Legend of Zelda, Danganronpa. I've seen most of the Ghibli movies, but most of them are about children anyway. So I love Skyrim. My friend was talking about working on a Lydia script for me, which I think would be hilarious. I am also a big Marvel fan. I am a huge MCU nerd, but again, I don't want to imitate a live action character. I just feel kind of weird about that. I don't know why. So I would search up a version of that character that has been in an animated Marvel show from over time. like for example, if Gwen Stacy, I don't know what age she is in Into the Spider-Verse, but just as an example, I would pick her over trying to sound like Emma Stone, because I would want to draw the character that I'm voicing, not the person, not the actor. Yes, Marvel, same thing goes for DC, same thing goes for Star Wars. Star Wars is a little bit easier because so many of the characters appear in both live action and in animated. So I think that would be very fun to do some Star Wars stuff. I am somewhat well versed in Star Wars knowledge, but I don't pay too much attention to the finer details. But I think there's a lot of potential with Star Wars audios for sure. And I added Stardew Valley as well, because it's cute, and that would be a fun way to have a recognizable character, but I'm deciding what they sound like. I think that's really cool. What else? I have also started watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I have started watching Bungo Stray Dogs. No characters so far that I would be like, yes, because it's mostly mans. But I definitely, so far, I've had 9 suggestions in my little form. And so far, the character, and if you submit one and I don't know the character or their character that they're underage, I'm just no chance. No chance. Someone requested, I think that is her. Yeah. Nejire Hado from My Hero Academia. I was like, she's a student. So when I got that submission, I was like, how old is she? And she's 18. So that is totally fine. And I think out of all of the My Hero characters, because there aren't a lot of options when it comes to adult female My Hero Academia characters. And I have seen all of it, but I've only seen it through once, so I am not as familiar with a lot of the I have a bad memory. Let's just say that. But like, yeah, of course, I probably will do a midnight audio eventually. But for her, because she's the whatever hero, the porno hero, the dom hero, I don't want to go so obvious with that. That just feels boring to me. Like, I wouldn't want it to just be like, oh, Midnight from My Hero Academia doms you. Like, that's boring. Of course she doms me. That's what she does. Or like, yeah, with Nejire, I need to kind of go back and watch her a bit more, because I just want to get, I don't feel like I know the character well enough to do her voice yet, or not so much the voice, but to write for her. So that would be what I would want to go back and review. So I am more familiar with her character, and I can write her honestly. I got a request for Nobara Kugisaki. She is not an adult, so tough. Sorry about that. Love the idea. Love her. Not doing the voice. What else we got? What's fun? Here. So one of the submissions I got, obviously, was for the Mikasa audio that I did. And this was the first submission that someone gave me like a paragraph to work from. That was like a fully fleshed concept from beginning to end that would give me a stronger foundation to write a script for. So the concept, I just want the listener to be the one to comfort Mikasa after she lost Eren and Sasha. After the rumbling incident, listener had been the one to recognize that Mikasa is always spending time alone at both of their graves. So the listener decides to sit with Mikasa as long as she's wanted to stay at the grave. Mikasa keeps pleading with the listener that they don't have to waste their time with her, blah, 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 blah. So I really liked how well thought out this idea was. And I immediately was like, I can totally see how this would work for an audio and what points I want to hit. So it was a really different kind of fun challenge, because I don't have to come up with the concept. The concept is lovingly handed to me. And it's going to be something that someone wants to hear. Hopefully I did it the way they want to hear. And then, yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. I'm sleepy and my partner wants to go to bed. So that means stream time is over. But lucky for you, this will stay on my channel, so you can watch this anytime you want. I'm going back into my radio voice. That's just what happens when I start talking directly to the listener and I'm not just talking out loud. Thank you all for your continued support. I do this for myself, but you guys motivate me and keep me going. Your comments are lovely and I am super appreciative. Have a lovely morning, evening, noon, or night, wherever you are. And